We are going to start with unit number 7, methods of separation. Page number is 69. Basically, chemists separate substances from each other to find out what is in them. So basically, when you have two substances that are mixed together, then you have different methods that you can use to separate them and see from which substances they are made. Like, there are four basic methods of separation. One is filtration, second one is sedimentation and decantation, third one is evaporation, and fourth one is magnetic method of separation. In this topic, we are going to study about filtration in detail. I am going to explain you how the process of filtration occurs and what is the apparatus that is necessary for the process of filtration. Filtration. Filtration is a method used to separate insoluble solids from a liquid. So basically it is a method to see when you mix two things and they are not soluble in each other, like you have a mixture of sand and water, then they both sand doesn't dissolve in water, so you can easily separate it through the method of filtration. If you have a solution of sugar and water or salt or water, then they cannot be separated through filtration method. Filtration method can only be used to the mixtures or solutions in which two substances they do not mix with each other. So basically for filtration, the first thing that is the most important is your filter paper. What do you do with the filter paper is you take the filter paper and turn it into half, then you again turn it and you will have four sides like this. Then what you do is you take your finger, with the help of a finger you take three sides on one side and one side on the other side, and then you fix it into this thing that is known as funnel. So this is basically your whole apparatus. I am going to show you a video that is going to explain you the process of filtration in detail. But before we start the video, you should know two important things: that the solid that remains on the filter paper after filtration is called residue. So basically the solid, the dust particles or the sand that you will get after filtration on the filter paper, it is known as residue, and the liquid is passes through the filter paper is called the filtrate. So basically the liquid that is pure that you get after filtration is known as your filtrate, and the dust particles and the sand particles that the filter paper catches, they are known as residue. When you look at filter paper has little pores. It has small pores. They can trap the dust particles. So here I will tell you about the apparatus. You need a beaker in which you can make the mixture of sand and water. Then you need this flask, this funnel. This funnel we have inserted into a funnel. You can also take like a cylinder like this, or you can also place a beaker like this. This is the stand that you need to fix your apparatus. But if you don't have a stand, you can also use a tripod stand. In the experiment, I will be showing you the tripod stand. And this is your stirrer. This glass tube helps you to mix the things together. So now I am going to show you a video in which we are going to see how the filtration process occurs. Filtration. Now I am going to explain you about filtration. So this is the apparatus that you need for filtration. Basically, filtration is a process that is used to separate insoluble solid from a liquid. Insoluble solid can be your sand and the liquid can be your water. Now I am going to make a mixture and then I'm going to explain you about the whole apparatus. So I take some mud and I put it in water, and with the help of a stirrer I am going to just mix it. Here I am going to make a mixture, because I have told you earlier that in a mixture there can be two or more substances, but they do not mix. One substance is insoluble and the second one is soluble. So here I make a mixture of sand and water. I am just going to leave it like this for 2 minutes, and meanwhile the most important thing that I need for filtration process is your filter paper. Filter paper is basically a round paper. It has many pores on it. If you look at here, then you can see there are small pores on it. This is your tripod stand and this is your funnel. Funnel is very important
and this is your tripod stand. Here I have made a mixture. So for the filtration, what I am going to do is I am going to take the filter paper and fold it into half. This is now, it is half. Then again I am going to fold it like this, and then here you can see it has 1 2 3 4 sides. What I am going to do is I am just going to put my finger over here, and I am going to fold 3 sides at one end, and this is the one side. Then I am going to take this funnel and fit this filter paper in this funnel like this. So I am going to put this filter paper again in the tripod stand. Here I am going to take a empty beaker, and I am going to put this empty beaker over here. Now this mixture, you can see this is impure. It contains mud that is settled over here, and it is not soluble in water. And I am going to just pour this through the filter paper like this. Here you can see that when I start pouring the liquid over here, the mixture over here is dirty. It has mud, but the after filtration, the liquid you are getting over here, it is clear. It is clear. So with the help of a stirrer, I'm just going to move it so it can move fast. Okay. This is a time consuming method. At your homes you have water filters. Water filters basically work with the same principle, that they filter your water, and you also must have heard that you change your filters at your home, because these filter papers they get dirty with the passage of time. So now the liquid that we poured has almost been filtered. So if you look at this filter paper, this is the insoluble solid that sticks to the filter paper, sticks to the pores of the filter paper. This is known as residue, and the liquid that you get, the clear liquid that you get after filtration, this is known as your filtrate. This was your mixture, and this is your filtrate, and you can clearly see the difference in their color, and this is dirty and this is clear. So this is all about filtration. Filtration basically is a process that we use to separate two insoluble substances.